Greetings, friends and family. Welcome to our home. It's a little spooky right now. It's not real dark out yet. It's 4:45. I should be working on dinner. I think it took me a half an hour just to light all these battery-operated votives and tapers. I like the look. I hope you will like it. Happy Halloween. I've got the kitchen and dining room yet to do. Wish me luck. It really takes me a long time to dust and decide on the foliage that I want to use in certain pots. You guys wouldn't believe how many times I change things. Even at the last minute, when I think I'm ready. Nope, I don't think I like that. I'm gonna change that over here and this over there, and I tell you, it's tough when you are so critical. I really try hard to make things balanced nice. Norm appreciates it, and I know you do too. You are all so very, very nice to us. And so complimentary. Hi. I'm quite a ways away, but I'll end up in the mirror somewhere. I hope you've had a wonderful October so far. I hope you're having fun. Let's go look at what I decided to do this year. If you're new to our channel, thank you so much for being here. And I hope you will subscribe. My husband Norm and I really love mid-century modern decor. We love thrifting and antiquing. We like to take you along to a lot of the very nice antique shops in Minnesota and Wisconsin. We don't go on overnight trips hardly ever. I have a crazy beaded doily here that is vintage. I've found for several years now, I've been looking for these metal spider votives. I hope they don't bother you. I don't like spiders, as I have already said in previous videos, but I really think these are fun because they're spooky, but they don't bother me. So I hope they don't bother you either. I found quite a few new ones this year. I was very happy that I could add more to my crazy collection. There is something new here that I have not shown. The Fenton owl. I'm not sure if they call this one a fairy lamp usually, but they do come in a lot of different colors, and they are all beautiful, but I almost didn't get this one. I saw it just as we were checking out in Hudson, Wisconsin at Nostalgia, a very lovely shop and lovely owner that we've enjoyed working with to video that store. But I was pretty shocked to see one in red. I just don't see them around here, not even in amber, which you'd think might be the more common one. I'm not sure which one is, but I thought red would be pretty rare, so we decided to get it. I found this adorable cat. Oh, I don't know, maybe it could have been last year or early this year. I'm just not sure. But it is really adorable. I believe I found her at the Pink Elephant in Hopkins, Minnesota. But you know me, I just had to put some fun eyes on her. I like her better that way. This beautiful California vase was also from Nostalgia in Hudson, Wisconsin. Yeah, Norm decided to get that for me. I was gonna let it go because I do have quite a few of these beautiful vases, but boy, they hard to resist, especially when they're priced really, really reasonable, and this one was. So I've had that little pumpkin for quite a while. I like that it's a speckled glaze. Very sweet face on it. I love them when they have lids on them. This was a yellow plastic frame that was part of a kit. You do see them on the internet, probably in different colors, and I'm not sure if Stitcheries came with that kit, but I don't use bright yellow like that anywhere in my owl bedroom. And I had asked Norm this summer if he would spray paint it brown for me. This is a picture that I printed out off the internet. I thought it was really sweet and modern. I loved it because it was a painting. It's printed on canvas paper. Yep, that is actually the kind of canvas that you would paint on, but you can buy boxes of paper. So I have had fun over many years, occasionally printing out a picture. So I hope you think that's kind of a fun fall looking display. The brown cat I thought would be fun to go with that, and of course because of the brown mallards that I have up there that I thrifted, I found the third one. I haven't hung it up yet. It is smaller, much smaller, but yep, I found it at Family Pathways, so I was pretty happy. Very nice. I will get it up there someday to go with my other geese. That was from my brother Steve, who passed away a year, almost 2 years ago now, 2 Januaries ago. Sadly, we miss him very much. He gave us so many wonderful vintage items for our home. He was so happy that we would love to display them. So let's look over here. I found this really unusual California planter. I'm going to put the light on. There, now you can see what it looks like. Isn't that cool? Normally they're just in greens or oranges. I don't think I've ever seen another black one. I've seen a lot of like knickknacks that's in black and orange, a little yellow, maybe a little green with it, and I do have some pieces like that, or little teeny vases, but this is the only really large pot that I have ever seen. I purchased these at Hobby Lobby last year. I thought it would be fun to have a variety of the shades instead of all one color. They're kind of creepy. And you saw, if you watched our Pink Squirrel monthly sale last month in September, that I did decide to buy these huge chunky owls from 1967, the pair for $10. Absolutely amazing. I may have even seen them there in previous times that we went in the summer months, and maybe thought, I don't really know if I have anywhere to put them. But when I was there in September and they had all the Halloween stuff out, I thought it really is kind of a fun, spooky owl that really would be neat, I think, to use for my Halloween decor. So I'm not sure that they're going to end up having any permanent position in my owl bedroom. They might, but I don't know. I just probably am going to end up with them hibernating until next Halloween. Who knows? But $10 was a steal. I did show in my previous video in the living room here that I had changed to the orange and black and red California drip planters. two of them. They're different. That one over there has a basket look on the bottom of it. But I was really excited to find this spiky, black, creepy foliage that was, I bought 2 bushes. But isn't that fun? These were from Michael's. Hobby Lobby doesn't seem to have the creepy looking stuff. They just have fall stuff. I just don't recall seeing any black foliage. So I go to Michael's, and I do like going when it's, they start selling stuff 40% off. So I just have the Chinese lanterns in this hanging pot and another bunch over here. Some of these we have had for many, many, many years. I was crazy for these bottles way back before they were popular. At least I didn't think they were popular. You could find them for under $20, like 14 great big ones. That's often what we were paying, or much less. But like I say, that was in the early 2000s when I was interested, so it's a very fun look for this time of year. I love it. So this is a metal pumpkin that we do put outside every Halloween, on Halloween night, because it is a significant size that you can see from the street, and it's fun to put a real candle in it. I don't have a real candle in it right now, but it does just fine. It doesn't get overheated. It does have a really neat top on it, and we bought that up in Nisswa at a gift shop, like, maybe it could have been early 2000s, 2007, or even way earlier than that. So we've had that forever. It's not fun to store it, but I do pile a bunch of little teeny things wrapped up inside of it. So that's how I store it. My Hager kitty decided she wants to sit on the footstool today. I guess I'll let her do that. This was one of the crazy spider metal things that I did find at the Goodwill a couple years ago, when I first started showing metal spider votives. I don't know if I got it my first year of collecting them or my second year, but I've had it for at least 2 Halloweens now prior to this one. I love it. I think it's just very fun being a candelabra. And these are not all identical, but it's very hard to find these in orange. Really hard. I think I had one of these that was broken, or one of those that was broken. So I threw it out. I didn't break it. It just something I didn't notice, or I bought it that way. So they are a little different, but what's funny is that if you turn it just right, it looks like little owl eyes, doesn't it? Yeah, really like that. So there's the other owl, and you've seen a lot of things over here. The TV lamp was part of our tropical decor, African decor. I didn't put any foliage in it for today, but Norm loves having these TV lamps, just 2 of them, one there and one over there, and the fireplace going early in the morning. But this is one of my favorite goofy pumpkins that I found several years ago, not cut open to put a candle under it, but I still think it's really neat because it is a lighter color, which is kind of fun. I love this pot. Found it several years back, probably had it for 5 years now, and I just found this funny leafy succulent type item at Michael's. And as I was going to mention is that, yeah, I did mention it's like 40% off or more. So I kept going back there to see what they might still have left at a discount. So it was kind of fun. It's got a little purple on it. I think this lighting is working very well. The sun is way over to the right of us now on the right side of the house, so it's not shining in the windows. We do face south. Now this is something new that I have not shown you. I was so excited to find this, and I can't remember where it was. It could have been like Hutchinson. I know it was an absolute steal. It was like, I don't know, it was like $5 or something. It was just nuts. It is a California original. And evidently they didn't know that. Yeah, I kind of think it was like Hutchinson. Let me put the light on. Yeah. Because I want you to see the wonderful design. Just like all the pots and vases. And she has gold on her toes. And I should say paws. And her ears. I could not believe it. And no eyes. There were no eyes. And I just don't like that. So we lit up her eyes in green. Yep. And one of the ways you can tell California pottery, they usually have gold paint on the bottom. So there's some gold paint on the bottom. Yeah, I was very, very thrilled to find that. Last spring, maybe? I don't remember for sure, but I just didn't want to show it in my cat and dog collection because they were more realistic, not artsy or cutesy. They were either kitschy cute or more realistic. And I did find this glass-lined jack-o'-lantern votive, at least 2 years ago or more. I have shown it before, and you recognize this probably as your bittersweet, vintage L.E. Smith bittersweet, which is very, very fun. You've seen all of these already. This is a very fun one, and so is this. At Wild Vintage Collective, there's a very nice couple, Luke and Chelsea. I've talked about them before. They had this in their booth, the pitcher, small pitcher, and it's probably a California item. They're a very nice couple. So I don't remember when or where I found this one, but I just love that one. That is so cool. Kind of like the pot in the way that I showed you, the big pot, only that pot didn't have green mixed in. I just love the little bit of green mixed in it. Don't you? That's really fun. I've had that pumpkin for many years. Many years. So I used my black, quite a few pairs I've ended up with of black horsehead bookends, but I do just love them. I think they're so fun. Those are Abingdon up there. Pottery, Abingdon pottery. I decided to use a couple pairs of my birds on each side, and I found, after many years, I found a second planter like this one. I was very happy about that because you know how much I like having a balance here in the living room. And I had this little feather pick from Michael's for several years, and I just found a second one a couple weeks ago. So I was very happy about that because now I could put them in these fun pots. Otherwise, I just had that feather stuck in some other arrangement. I splurged and bought 6 battery-operated tapers that are the smaller size, like 6 to 6.5 inch. They vary, some of them on the internet that you can buy, but these are wax dipped. So they look real, they feel real, and I'm very happy with them. I got them on Amazon. There's so many to choose from, but I thought these were pretty cool, and they come in all different colors. Boy, do I like the black ones. I may break down sometime, but like I said, it was a splurge. You could buy either 3, package of 3, or 6, and 3 wouldn't have done me much good. So I don't believe I have shown these thrifted tiny little sconces. They're very curled, as you can see. I had a much bigger pair in a former Halloween video that was very scrolly looking, kind of wicked looking in a way. I didn't keep them. They were big and kind of hard to store, and I did show them to you in a video, so I guess I decided I didn't want to store them. And I didn't even know if they were vintage. I kind of felt they were, but these I know they are. I just can't tell you where I got them, but they've been hanging around in the basement for the better part of this year. Yep, so I'm thrilled to find somewhere to hang them up. I took the mirrors down, the diamond mirrors again. I found 2 of these at the Goodwill at the same time. I was thrilled. I think these were my first finds for Halloween. And what's kind of crazy is they all have little vinyl clear sleeves on their feet. Isn't that funny? That's really weird, huh? So I put one on each side. I have a story to tell you. I may have told you this story before. I don't know. Stop me if I told you before. Haha. This kind of creeps me out because when we first moved in here in 1987, Memorial Day weekend, we weren't here for very long, probably a couple years, if even that. And we have a crawl space underneath the living room. That's why it's a sunken living room. And under the kitchen and under the dining room and under the front entrance. And when we bought this house, it did not have a mantle. We did end up buying a big oak mantle somebody happened to be selling that was a little bit longer than the brick was, but it didn't show. It was just fine. But I can't remember if we had anything up there at all. I think it was the brick. I discovered a huge spider sitting on that brick, and I was horrified. I was sick to my stomach. I didn't know what to do. I knew I wouldn't be able to catch it. I can't even catch small ones. I lose them. I just don't hit them right. So I know you probably don't like the idea of killing spiders, but there's no way I wanted that guy loose in our house. And neither would Norm. So you won't believe this, but I called him at work. And I was crying. I mean, I couldn't even talk. When he answered the phone, he was horrified because I wasn't speaking. He knew it was me, and he knew I had to be extremely upset because I kind of froze. I was young. When we moved in here, I was like 39. So anyways, poor Norm. He drove all the way home. I don't even know how many miles that would be, but it was probably from like Minnetonka to here. Yeah, 30 some miles. to kill the spider. Jeez. I didn't live that one down for quite a while. So that's my story, and he kind of creeps me out and reminds me of that. I got these for $4.99 each. It was a late purchase before we were just getting ready to check out, and they were at the Pink Squirrel last September's second week in September, or third week, second Wednesday it starts in Grantsburg, Wisconsin. So it's going to be tomorrow, but I'm telling Norm we should stay home. I don't need to go again. I don't need any more Halloween stuff. But I mean, obviously buying a pair of nice vintage milk glass candle holders, and these were from there too. I think the pretty orange ones. But yeah, so $4.99 each. That's really cheap. I think that was a deal. I just love them, and I love this foliage I had last year from Michael's again. I think it was Michael's. Yeah, I just love it. There's a little bit of greenery on it. Just a black twig up there in one of my favorite crazy goofy vases. That vase was from Spicer, Minnesota, Bell Tower, several years back. I just love it. And it was really cheap because they probably thought, ew, that thing's really ugly. I don't know, it was under $20. I think it was like 18, something like that. Isn't that crazy? I didn't even know if it was vintage. I just guessed, and I really do believe it is. I mean, it is really, really unique. And there's a bird head right there. It looks like a bird over here. And here's a man with a beard. Can you see him? He looks like the wind's blowing his beard back. Isn't that creepy? And you know what? I honestly didn't know any of that until way later. I did not realize that when I bought it. So they probably thought, nobody's gonna like that either. And what's this on the side here? Look at that. Do you see the nose in the mirror? Is that a ram? Is that a lion? I don't know. What do you think? Isn't that creepy? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything over there. But it's fun. So this is fun down here. This can be a long video. Those candle cylinders, I was going to call it a cylinder because it's wide open. There's no base on it. So we were in Cannon Falls and went in a part vintage, part gift store. And they had some new candles. They have two different ways of having them on, just solid glow or flickering like this, and they're really big and heavy. I knew that I could use them in these thrifted, crazy, kind of beigey ceramic pillar. I saw them at Family Pathways months ago, and they were still there. Just a few weeks ago when we went up looking for some Halloween stuff, they were still there, and they were so cheap. So anyways, I decided to get them that last trip just a couple weeks ago up there. I really am glad I got them. They're kind of cool. I thought at first I didn't even know what they were made out of. It was kind of funny, the feel of them, but we decided it was ceramic because it was cold. This is really, really bright. Sorry about that. But I wanted to show you how this crazy light works. It's really unique. And there's a little button here on the side to make it just a solid glow. And I wish you could see the dot. There you go, the dots. And it's rechargeable. That's what the deal was with these. I knew they were really unique. Yeah, they're pretty fancy. This was a new purchase from down in Hopkins, Minnesota. I have another pot like it over there, but totally different shape. This one was really wild. And there's a Main Street Antiques that we enjoy shopping at very much. So that was only like 15. That's a very big pot, very beautiful. I can't remember, I did read on the bottom of it. It could be Maurice of California. I'll check that out. I can't turn it over right now, sorry, but this cat, oh, and I should tell you, a wonderful friend who I've been talking to for quite a while. Would you believe across the pond in London is Gareth, Gareth, a wonderful fellow who has really been enjoying our channel, so he loves to share with me some of the things he finds, and I follow him on Instagram, and he follows us too, of course. But he sent me, along with some wonderful wind-up toys for Norm, and a beautiful little ceramic planter, and other things. 2 times now he's mailed us gifts, but he sent me a whole couple stems, great big bushes, I should say, of this wonderful fall foliage. So thank you, Gareth, so much. We're going to be showing his little wind-up toys and things that he sent us for Christmas displays, and oh, he's been so nice, so generous. So thank you, Gareth, again. I really am enjoying everything. And there were other fall foliage that he sent too. So this is the weirdest spider. It is not a votive. It is a wood body and metal legs, and that was from the pink squirrel. I did tell about that last year and probably the year before. But this huge ceramic cat I decided to get from Goodwill last summer or spring, and it was chrome. It's just new, you know, from one of your wonderful stores like Home Goods or Marshall's. It's got, and it did have a sticker on it, and I did take a photograph of that, but I obviously, Norm spray painted it. He did a really good job, and I put some really big eyes in it. That's all I had left, was just, you know, having gotten new ones that are the glittery ones. I didn't have any big faceted ones to put on this crazy cat, but I just couldn't walk out of Goodwill without it. It's just so mod. It's so cool. I have wanted these kind of candles for a really long time, and they, you know, they do come in the taller sizes, but I like the short ones because I really wanted them for up there. Tall candles look ridiculous up there, so I always have to thrift. I've thrifted many colors of short ones, luckily, but not battery. Now this is black and gold. I better put my light on again. I have a long story. It is a Council Bowl, California Originals. I assume. I'm gonna take the light off again because that's a little much. I went in by myself just a few weeks back to a Goodwill. Norm often just says, I'll just wait in the car, you can run in, look around quick. And I thought I was done, and I went with my cart with a few neat finds up to the checkout, but the gal wasn't there. So I put my cart up there, and I figured she'd come back any minute. And there were a bunch of tubs on several carts. I'm not in the habit of looking through tubs. I snooped in one, didn't see anything interesting, and then I went to the next one. And I was so shocked because I believed I was seeing black and gold, black with gold speckles. I believed I was seeing a wing. And I got so excited. I had my camera in my hand and I was filming it, that I was looking at this because I had done some filming in that store for little YouTube shorts. And so I called Norm and I said, can you come in here and help me with something? I said, there's something in a tub here and there's nobody here at the checkout. And there's a huge cookie jar laying on top of what I believe is a California Originals swan in black and gold. So he said, oh, okay. So he comes in the door just when she comes back up to the checkout. And I said, could you help me with this? Could you get this cookie jar out of the way? I don't want to break anything. I'm interested in what's underneath here. So she came over and gently lifted the cookie jar out of there. And I'm filming this gorgeous swan with wings spread out, great big tall swan in black and gold. Oh, Norm saw it too, of course, then. And so I'm filming and telling Norm I wanted to film this find, that this was just incredible to see this set. I'm going to put the light on because this is very fun pottery. I know it's a little spookier not having all this bright light, but anyway, so he pulled a swan out, put it in my cart. It was $14.99, which to me, that was a lot for me to spend in a Goodwill, but I didn't care. I hadn't seen that swan anywhere, and I did have a swan already, but I didn't remember exactly how mine looked. My other swan that I had the same height had its wings closed up tight, so it was a little more mod looking. Yep, I couldn't believe it. So he said, well, you better look around. Maybe they already put one out. Maybe there's a mate to it. You never know. So he starts running around with my cart looking for a possible mate that they might have put out. He said it could be in the back room too. And I thought, yeah, well, that's okay. I already have one, so it's fine. They have something different. I found this crazy foliage too at Michael's on sale. One little bush. It's fuzzy. Isn't that creepy? So I'm going to turn the light back out. Don't need it on for that. So he comes back to me, hadn't found anything. And then I start looking in one of the other tubs. I saw black and gold again in the bottom of the tub. I thought, what is this? It looks like the council bowl. So he started lifting some things out of it. And sure enough, that's what was in the bottom, the council bowl. And I think that was like $8.50 or I don't know. So anyways, this is a very fun Niagara Falls, Canada souvenir. So sweet. I love that. And this is one of my favorite. I don't know if that's Hager or not. It could be California. I think it's a California one because of those colors. And I just found this 2 days ago. Unbelievable. Big black and gold lamp base. It was in the back of a little antique shop. I don't even remember the name of it. Norm could tell me. I could put a note in there. Norm, I saw it up high on the shelf, and I hollered right away, "Oh, look at that cool vase," I thought, you know. So he lifted it down and he said it was $9. What? There's no damage on it anywhere. It's just loaded with gold. It is vintage, and it's got what looks like a cork in the top. And I can't lift my phone up high enough for you to see, but that's where the wires would go in. The post or whatever slides down in there, and there's a hole in the back base, of course, for the cords. But he said, "It's a lamp base. You still want it?" I said, "Oh yes." You bet. Isn't that fun? Oh, I couldn't believe it. So I've got a lot of stories, don't I? I just love these fun pillows that I've been finding here and there. I have had this little Afghan. It is folded in half. It is in brown and such a fun Halloween orange. Beautiful, beautiful condition. A year ago, we went to the state fairgrounds, which would have been a couple weekends ago. We missed it. We forgot. We meant to go. It's a big one. Lots and lots of fun. There was a man who had, when I first walked in the building, he had piles of Afghans. Oh, it was so fun looking at all of them. And I did get one with olive green in it and a nice cocoa brown or something and a cream that I'll use maybe in March. It's a warm, fun look that everybody seems to love, having an old Afghan. But he was selling them for a certain price each, or two for $15. And they were both in beautiful condition, and they were a little smaller Afghans, which is great because I got a love seat here that I'm putting it on. So that was a happy, happy find last year. Love it. And love this from Wild Vintage Collective. That one. Don't remember that one. So these are some of the pumpkins, thrifted pumpkins, and some gifts up here. We have received 4 boxes as of this afternoon. We just got 2 more boxes, huge ones, with hobbyist, Halloween, and Christmas ceramics. And this lovely, lovely lady, Donna Rainwater, thank you, Donna, had gotten them from her sister-in-law, Marla. She did all of these in 2022. They're vintage molds. They are not new molds that I know of. I think I saw a date on something that was like in the 90s, and she did a lot of them, so there are repeats of some of these, but that was fine with me. Norm loves them too. They're just so cool. So these 2 here that are smooth ceramic, shiny on the inside, and kind of drip glaze, they were fun to have 2 for this shelf especially. Apologies again for trying to move in on things and then having this camera get all crazy. But I thrifted this one, I believe, that's flickering, and all the others. Donna sent another one. Let me check out this one. Yep. She signed this one too. So I've gotten all sorts of absolutely adorable pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns from her. You won't believe, I will show them eventually. And a Christmas deer with a teddy bear sitting on the Kimple deer. And when I do the dining room, you'll see more of like gnomes, little Halloween gnomes. Oh, everything is just adorable. So we just can't thank her enough. That was gifts from her heart. It's so sweet, and we are so grateful that Marla did beautiful, beautiful work, and we thank her too. So Donna just wanted to thank us for our videos, and she was so kind to mail these to us. We really, really wanted to help with that, but she insisted, nope, I want to gift these to you because she enjoys our videos. So thank you, Donna. So sweet of you, and we were so excited. We just received 2 more boxes today with some big jack-o'-lantern planters in them that are just so fun. You wouldn't believe it. And one really weird green one. So I had these ghosts on the side, but I just found this at Goodwill. It's a very nice, heavy ceramic piece with the 3 ghosts on it. I thought that was really nice, being the shiny ceramic. So this guy here does have room for a votive in back, but this one doesn't. And I had this one for a couple years. It is open in back a little bit, which I'm not fond of, and it's a very bumpy texture. Really bumpy, and they're flat finish. So I found that at a thrift store several years ago, and I just found this one. So I was very happy to finally find the same kind made the same way, but a different face. So that made my day. That was just a couple days ago. Very happy about that. So, I haven't shown you the crazy coffee table yet, but let's look at my Pagoda plant stand that Norm fixed up and spray painted for me. I've had the top 3 pumpkin head planters out in the kitchen for several years. This was my very first one on the right many years ago, and the one on the top was probably a few years later, and this one a few years later. So those 3 took me probably a decade to collect all those. I just found this ceramic ghost, and I did put a battery operated little tea light underneath him. He does have a hole in the back, but that was at Goodwill too. I was very surprised to find a nice ceramic piece at the Goodwill. They don't show up much lately. There's just, I don't know, new stuff, not very good quality often. But I did have this Relpo one on the right for many, many years, and I just found this crazy one on the left just this year. Very different. I also just picked up on sale these black and cream with just a tinge of purple, little spiky succulent. Found 2 of those, so I was very happy about that. And these are your typical, either a hobbyist there in the middle, maybe splatter, and 2 California type planters I've had for many, many, many years. On the desk here, we did purchase this, I don't know if it was 2 Halloweens ago at the Pink Squirrel. Norm picked that out. Somebody embellished a book with a card, did a wonderful job. Probably decoupage used on it, or Elmer's glue, who knows, but I think they got a little bit of glitter in there too. So cute. That was very fun. I thrifted this little mug and just put one of the jack-o'-lanterns there, but this is something new that you haven't seen. A crazy drip glaze vase maybe, but I decided it would be very fun to stick some old pencils in it. My brother had these old black pencils and orange ones too. in the cardboard sleeve, and they looked pretty old to me. You can tell when the erasers are like hard as a rock. Yeah, but let me put the light on here again too, because I want you to see the fun drip glaze. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Yeah, I don't remember where I got it, but I think that's so cool. That's probably my favorite drip glaze colors. Yeah, very fun. So just had a little thrifted black pumpkin. I love it when they have a gold stem. And I've shown you this guy last year, also thrifted. Most of our stuff is, but yes, now and then this too, thrifted. Now and then we splurge at an antique mall or thrift things just as much at antique malls. So I was happy to find a big bush. You're seeing an awful lot of green on there, but there's a lot of black on it. It's quite black looking. I think the phone is picking up some of the green, but that is a fairly new pot that is absolutely huge, and I did share it with you already in previous videos. Did not come with that stand. I found that stand several years ago too. Just love it, but it really has been hard to find a pot that actually fit in that ring, believe it or not. So I was happy to find that fun bush at Michael's on sale. But yeah, it's pretty black. Maybe if I put the light on again, you might be able to see a difference. See, there's a lot of black on it. Black stems, too. Isn't that nuts? Looks like it was splattered upside down, right? Do you think this owl is big enough? It's huge. Absolutely huge. I know, I'm crazy. I was going to check out for just a few minutes at Goodwill. So anyways, this was in the window where he pulled up and parked with its back to us. And I saw it and I said, oh, that owl is so cute looking, maybe. I'd really like to go see that. He said, yeah, go look at it. So I went in there and looked around. I might have found one thing, two things, I don't know, I don't remember. I walked right by it because I was looking at the glassware. It was like where the tumblers are and everything, and vases. So I had my back to them and just forgot. So I checked out, went and got in the car. I looked up. I didn't look at the owl. Jeez. He said, well, go back in there and look at it. Just go. So I got back out of the car again. I went in there and I thought it was wood. That's what I thought it was going to be, or something fakey wood. So Norm's looking at me through the window. I picked him up and I had this big happy look on my face, and I was trying to mouth to him how much it was. It was $10, which I thought was a steal. And it's ceramic. It is not wood. And I looked it up when I got home, and they're selling it for like $20 to $30. It depends upon whether it was on sale or not, but yes, it's new. I thought he was so cute. I don't know. I guess I want to adopt owls and cats all the time, and spiders too. So here's the spooky, creepy, not spooky, but creepy spiders that are left over, because I did want to spread some of my collection around this time. here and there instead of trying to pile them all on the table here. What I want to explain too, though, is that I found these votives, and you're not going to be able to tell. They actually have a really bright, rich Halloween orange flame, not yellow. I wish it looked more orange. You could only tell if I brought over one of the yellow ones to compare it to, but I was shocked when I lit it up. You need to stay turned around here. Sorry. I've had this for several years. And I put that metal pumpkin bucket on it. It did not come with that. It came with nothing. So I had that one a long time ago, and this is new. Look at those ridiculous legs. I just love that when I find these, they all have different bent legs, different heights. This one is crazy. Love that one. It's so funny. And I put those eyes on that one. They are Swarovski crystals. I had a bunch of them. Isn't that fun? Yeah, he's pretty dressed up. But this is a new one, and he was ridiculous. Very silly eyes, painted eyes, and a bow tie, and a silly smile, and it was in orange, I think. And I didn't want a goofy one. I wanted another black one. So Norm spray painted that one for me, and I could put something on there for the eyes, but I just wanted to let you know which ones were new, that I was so tickled about that goofy thing back there. Those legs, I think, are really funny. So I think that's it. I think we're done. I hope you're still awake. So we'll see you again in the next video. I will be doing the dining room and probably the kitchen, so that gets long too. Norm and I wish you a very fun Halloween, and we will be showing you his window. We will. It's coming up. So you guys have a wonderful week. Take care. Be safe. Bye now.